Welcome to Talks with Don, episode 25. This episode is entitled The Conscious Decision Not to Be Aware. Basically, referring to people who choose to stay asleep to spirituality versus the people who choose to awake to spirituality and to keep going. Um, as always, we want to pour some libations for the ancestors. This is for the ancestors who wanted to step up to the calling and did. And this is also for the ancestors that wanted to step up but didn't due to oppression. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Mm. Mm. Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. As always, we're going to get started with a song by yours truly, Don Issa, entitled The Process. The saying goes that water seeks his own level. You was attracted to ice on the bezel. The key to the door is that life's about levels. This is a tale about angels and devils. When you got the gift, what's the lotus, the petals? God say protected, it's potent, it's special. They come for the gift, try to run with the gift. Inherently, you must be one with the gift. You cannot take this and code it through time. Perfection of craft must be molded like iron. Here you go, son. Just hold it as mine. Deciphering from chosen and spiritual crime. Infinity stones and stones I came to collect. Sunshine is bright, but rain is so wet. To hear the calling, I had to be alone. The casualty of wrongs, the rarity of stones. Flawless diamonds, sapphires, rubies. Sometimes it feels like a duty. Missing the signal can become spooky. Never know the hour should be bestowed with the power. If you go through the fire, come out cleaner than the shower. 20 is the time that I picked up the day pass this test, get the crown. You gonna be great, don't be late. I won't be late. You are talking to someone that owns estates. This message inside is for you. Discover myself. I had to view myself as a youth. Protect what I had to call on recruits. Too many soldiers to fit in a coop. If you were never alone, I can't hear you calling. Dark night of the soul visions of people's hands falling. The gift that we discuss, you can't touch it or see it. You must be careful of energy leeches. Learn to discern the finicky speeches. The ones that get it, get it. If you hit a still, motherfucker, just beat it. Know the hour should be bestowed with the power. If you go through the fire, come out cleaner than the shower. You never know the hour should be bestowed with the power. If you go through the fire, come out cleaner than the shower. These chains. Long live Aaliyah. Man, thank y'all for tuning in. So let's go ahead and dive into the topic. So this past weekend, I was at a gathering and I was talking to an old mentor of mine, family friend, and we were talking about my life, my journey, people, places, things that I've met, rooms that I've been in, offers that have been made to me. And these are things that some people know about, a lot of people know about, but these are also things that some people kind of shy away from. And he made the statement to me, man, what about those people that choose to just stay asleep? And in the 5%er group, whatever you want to call it, religion, group, whatever, they say that 85% of people choose to stay asleep. There are 5% that want to awaken the masses, and they had a 1%, and then I can't think offhand what the other remaining percent is and what they represent, but basically there are more people that are afraid of who they are spiritually, and they choose to take a blind eye or choose to ignore things when things that have been hidden from us present themselves over and over. So I'm going to talk about my journey and spirituality and my eyes opening, and I understand why this older gentleman said what he said. So along this journey, there's no specific time of a spiritual journey or a spiritual awakening. You can go through many deaths and rebirths in your life while you're still living spiritually. And everything is always a test or a lesson. So, first and foremost, when you awaken out of the matrix, this system, a program that has been put in place, is going to do everything to try to keep you boxed inside of that matrix, because when you awaken out of the matrix, you're disrupting the energy that is keeping others locked down. And just by you awakening and continue to build your vibrations, it helps others. You don't even have to say anything, but just by you building your vibrations, going out in nature, putting better food inside of your body, speaking love over yourself, loving others, healing, forgiving, constantly wanting to reach higher dimensions and doing the actual work. There's not a lot of people that do it, but just by you doing that, you're helping. You don't even have to verbally try to wake other people up. So as these things come along and as you're jumping out of the matrix, you've seen what the matrix is about, you have different levels of knowledge, the system itself will try to shake you and rock you back to sleep. Then you have other forces or people whose bodies have been hijacked by disagreeable entities that will come along and try to rock you back to sleep, siphon your energy, send evil eye energy your way. So I've seen all of it. So when I can say I understand what this family friend was saying, sometimes in a spiritual journey, the unknown can be, it can shake you, because when you've been programmed or conditioned to look at things one way all of your life, and you open your eyes and you see, oh, this is really how it goes down. This is the truth of the reality. A lot of people are like, oh man, I don't want to keep going. I'll just go back to what I knew. But as I say in my song, pass the test, get the crown, I won't be late. At every level of initiation in spirituality, there are tests. Your spirit guides, your ancestors, your angels, they put tests in front of you to see, are you ready for the next level? And a lot of people fail those tests, but if you're meant to receive these things that help you get to the next level, you'll get it. You may not get it when you think you're going to get it, but eventually you'll receive it. So the conversation that we were having that led him to saying this was, me and him were talking about politics. We were talking about somebody that I was connected to inside of politics that's no longer here anymore. And I was telling him some inside stuff that I knew from being connected to this man, and it made him say what he said. What about those who choose just to stay asleep? And I'll say this. I'll give an analogy about a certain type of bird. They say birds need their beak to find food and to be able to peck in the ground and find food. But when they outgrow the beak and the new beak comes in, they have to make a decision of going and, I think, picking their beak in a tree, which is painful to them, or not being able to get what they need in nourishment for the day. But after the pain comes the beak, which is the lesson of many times in life, you will have to go through a level of pain or pressure to build yourself up into that diamond. What happens? How do they make diamonds? Out of coal. That coal has been pressurized for eons before the diamond appears. So those tests may not feel good if you're on a spiritual journey and you're going through tests and your eyes are opening and you're choosing to keep going. Salute to you, because all the times those tests don't feel good, doing the shadow work, addressing traumas from childhood with, your parents, addressing traumas with friends, leaving people behind. All that sometimes doesn't feel good, but most of the time it's necessary to tap into who you are as a soul. Everybody doesn't have a soul, but once you tap into that, you're always going to keep growing, and keep getting the clues of who you are. Because when you go through spiritual warfare, the only reason that you go through spiritual warfare is because you're powerful. People don't try to tear down things that they feel like are beneath them. People only try to tear down things that they feel like are above them. So if you're on a journey of spirituality and your eyes are open to how both sides are, working, keep your eyes on focusing and keep your intentions on focusing on growing and finding out who you are as a soul. Man, thank y'all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for the people that are interacting. And if you're receiving wisdom, thank you. Thank you. Ashe to the ancestors. Ashe to the ancestors. Ashe to the ancestors. Man, y'all enjoy. Gratitude, love.